It's clear from the first moments that the Source 2 engine isn't a minor upgrade. The dystopian future has never looked so crisp, engaging, and downright beautiful. Even on low graphics settings, the game simply pops, in much the same way that Half-Life 2 did on release. The greatest looking game of all time is just one of the many phrases I can think of that sum up the stunning visuals of Half-Life 2. The amount of detail in every environment is simply amazing, from the peeling wallpaper to the rubble that remains piled on the ground in a state of destruction. The textures in the game have such high detail that you may find yourself wondering how this could be possible in a video game. And when you see the water effects that are ever present throughout Half-Life 2, you may want to hold your hand under your chin to keep your jaw from dropping. Graphically, you couldn't ask for much more. Half-Life features all the trimmings you'd expect, with vivid 16-bit textures, colored lighting that looks better than Quake 2, and chrome mapping that gives the characters an amazing sheen. The skeletal animation system used in the game is the way to go. The movement is nearly flawless, right down to the swiveling of the characters' heads. Have you noticed the discrepancy between contemporary gamers' reactions towards old 3D graphics versus what your modern eyes see? As technology has progressed, we've gotten better at seeing the little flaws and inaccuracies in old rendering tech. Of course, even back then, nobody was mistaking this for a real photo. But they did see it as some of the cleanest graphics at the time. I think this applies to other things as well. I love vectorsynthesis today because it sounds so quaint and retro. PlayStation 1. I wonder what it sounded like back in 1995 when nobody used the words quaint or retro or PS1 to describe romplers. It's basically linguistic relativity, but for non-linguistic experiences. Like how you can't look at a slow-motion dodge without linking it back to the Matrix. Imagine seeing a slow-motion dodge in 1997. What would it look like? How would you experience it? If you look at contemporary reviews, Chrono Trigger is often praised for its graphics. But if you look at the game today, you can tell its praise is warranted. It's beautiful in there. But I can't help but see it through the rich history of pixel art. I wonder, what did it look like back then when it was fresh? What did it look like in 1995? How many 2D Sonic games have you played? Have you ever gone back to play the first one? In its premiere title, Sonic doesn't have a spin dash. It wasn't invented yet. It feels weird. When I'm playing a Sonic game, I look at the levels with the mindset of spin dash. If all you have is a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. Like, what do you mean the hammer hasn't been invented yet? The game's not bad, it's just been shaped by the future. Nobody in 1991 will notice the missing spin dash. But when I play it today, I get to this part and I think, I want to just, you know. Also, while we're here, look at this. Sometimes the vocabulary didn't change, but the context did. At the time, this was just a neat effect. But now, at least among those who know, this scene contains a tale of shifting hardware, a story of emulators outputting perfect pixels exactly as the artist did not intend. Retro games designed for different times. I'm not saying I wish I didn't know all of this context. I love knowing how things work. I love looking behind curtains. But in so doing, I lose the ability to see the world with fresh eyes. And I can't help but wonder, what does that world look like? But all I can do is wonder. I think about this a lot.